active tool checkbox version 459. This checkbox was not working before, and or it would occasionally work and sometimes not work. It is now fully functional. When that box is checked, Puncher Burn will see that tool, and when it is unchecked, Puncher Burn will not see that tool. And what that means is that you can have multiple tools set up in a turret, and you can select one or whatever, and the ones that are inactive, you can leave them there. You can leave them set up so that you don't have to, the next time that you want to use that tool, you don't have to come back in and install it and set it back up again. Everything can just be left installed, and you can control whether it's going to be used or not with that active checkbox. In addition to that active checkbox, and in working with that active checkbox now, whenever a part is used and it has an inactive tool on it, or a tool that Puncher Burn can't find, that part is now marked an error part, much more effectively than it was before. And then I included the reprogram button on the current tab menu, so that you can easily reprogram a group of parts that has a tool that you've recently inactivated, and reprogram that to the active tool. Circumstance comes to mind with the when you're changing cutoff tools, when you're going from a butterfly tool to a standard tool. This was probably a bit of a pain in the butt, because if the active box wasn't working, then you actually had to remove the tool and put it in another tool, and make sure that you had the crate stripper file and all this, all that kind of jazz. And you don't have to do that anymore. Once you've got a tool there, if you don't want to use it, just uncheck the active box. And if you want to use it, check the active box. One thing I did change a little bit. This thing, it used to be double click in order to edit the tool, or in order to edit the station, or the tools installed in the station. It was screwing up, and so I changed that to a right click. This one is still a left click, or this one is still a double click, and I'll probably change that to a right click sometime, just to be consistent. And you just have to look at the note there. When I change it, I'll change the hint, and you'll know what to do.